Hi friends, please subscribe my channel for more scary and horror stories. Subscribe. Ariana Grande had finished a long rehearsal late at night in an old theater building downtown, the kind of place that had been renovated many times, but still carried the bones of its past. She was tired, her team had already left, and only a security guard stayed downstairs while she finished collecting her things. The backstage hallway felt strange as she walked through it, dimly lit with flickering bulbs and old mirrors lining the walls. She carried her bag on her shoulder and noticed her own reflection in the cracked glass staring back at her. But something about it looked off. Her reflection's eyes seemed darker, more hollow than hers. She stopped, blinked, and it was normal again. She told herself it was just exhaustion. She entered her dressing room to grab her phone charger, but froze. The air felt heavier, colder. She set her bag down and heard what sounded like a soft humming in the corner, the kind of sound you make when you do not realize you are humming. It was faint, but steady. She turned slowly, but the room was empty. Only her things scattered across the table. The humming stopped. She leaned forward and caught sight of the mirror across from her. Her reflection was smiling, though her own face was not. Her heart jumped. She backed away, knocking a chair over the sound, echoing through the quiet theater. She grabbed her bag and pulled the door open. The hallway outside was even darker now. Most of the lights were out, only one faint bulb flickering at the far end. She called for the security guard, but no answer. Her footsteps echoed as she walked faster. But halfway down the hallway, she heard new footsteps behind her, slow, deliberate, following her pace. She turned quickly. No one was there, but the sound continued just behind her, her breathing sharp now. She ran toward the exit and slammed through the door into the stairwell, the echo of her steps bouncing off the walls, the footsteps behind her still keeping pace. When she reached the ground floor, the lobby was empty. No guard, no staff, just the front doors wide open as if waiting for her. She ran into the street, where the city lights felt like safety. The next day, when she returned with her manager, the hallway lights were fixed, and the mirrors looked normal. But when she stepped into her dressing room, the mirror still carried faint fingerprints across the glass, higher than she could reach, long and thin, pressed firmly into the surface, like someone had been leaning close, watching from the other side. Ariana never stayed alone in that theater again. Ariana Grande was on tour and checked into a boutique hotel in a quiet city. It was late after her concert, and she only wanted rest. The hotel was old, though, polished on the surface. Its walls carried a history, the kind of atmosphere that makes the silence too heavy. Her room was on the 4th floor, small, with a vintage style. A large window overlooked the street, and an antique wardrobe stood against the wall. She dropped her bags and sat on the edge of the bed, scrolling through her phone. The air felt colder than it should, even with the heat on. She thought maybe the windows let air in, but when she checked, they were tightly locked. At 2 in the morning, she woke suddenly to a sound, a slow, dragging noise from inside the room. It was not from the street below, not from the hallway. It was inside. She sat up, listening, her heart racing. She glanced at the wardrobe, its doors slightly ajar. Though she remembered closing them, she stared at it, waiting. But the room was silent again. She got up and pushed the doors shut firmly, sitting back down. But no sooner had she lain down than she heard the slow scrape again, this time louder, like wood against wood. She turned the lamp on her breath, catching and saw the wardrobe doors opening slowly on their own. The inside was completely dark. No clothes, no hangers, just a black space that looked deeper than it should. Her phone suddenly lit up with a notification. Though she had no signal, the screen flashed with a message she could not read, only blurred text. She dropped it onto the sheets and backed away, the wardrobe now wider open. And inside, she thought she saw movement. A figure standing pressed against the dark interior, its outline tall and thin, its face impossible to see. She rushed to the door, unlocking it with shaking hands. But when she looked back, the wardrobe doors were closed again, as if they had never moved. Her phone screen was black, the notification gone. The next morning, she told the hotel staff they looked uneasy and admitted that other guests had complained about the same room they offered her. Another. But she left the hotel completely choosing to stay elsewhere. Ariana never forgot the way the figure inside that wardrobe seemed to be waiting for her, watching in silence. Hi friends, please subscribe my channel for more scary and horror stories. Subscribe.